The impact of the political crisis and instability in Haiti following the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021 and the lack of elected officials. Haiti has been plunged into a deep political crisis since July 7, 2021, when President Jovenel Moïse was assassinated by a group of armed men who stormed his residence in Port-au-Prince. The motive and the masterminds behind the killing remain unclear, but the attack triggered a power struggle between two rival prime ministers who claimed the right to lead the country: Claude Joseph, who was appointed by Moïse in April but had not been confirmed by Parliament, and Ariel Henry, who was named by Moïse 2 days before his death but had not taken office. The United States and the United Nations initially backed Joseph as the interim leader, but later shifted their support to Henry, who formed a new government on July 20 with Joseph as foreign minister. The assassination of Moïse came amid a backdrop of worsening violence, poverty and corruption in Haiti, which has been struggling to recover from a devastating earthquake in 2010 and a cholera epidemic that followed. Moïse had been ruling by decree since January 2020, after the parliament's mandate expired without new elections being held. He faced widespread protests and accusations of authoritarianism, as he tried to push through a controversial constitutional referendum that would have expanded his powers and allowed him to run for a second term. He also faced allegations of involvement in a massive embezzlement scheme involving funds from Venezuela's Petrocaribe program. The political vacuum left by Moïse's death has further destabilized Haiti, which has seen an escalation of gang violence that has displaced thousands of people and hampered humanitarian aid delivery. Gangs have taken control of large parts of the capital and other cities, extorting businesses and residents, kidnapping people for ransom, and clashing with rival groups and security forces. According to Human Rights Watch, gangs often have ties to state actors and political parties, and operate with impunity. The Haitian National Police, which is understaffed and under-equipped, has been unable to contain the gang threat or protect the population. The political crisis and instability in Haiti have also exacerbated the country's humanitarian situation, which was already dire before Moïse's assassination. Haiti is facing a severe food insecurity crisis, with more than 4 million people in need of urgent assistance, according to the World Food Programme. The COVID-19 pandemic and associated economic crisis have worsened the living conditions of millions of Haitians, who lack access to basic services such as health care, water, and sanitation. In August 2021, Haiti was hit by another major earthquake that killed more than 2,200 people and injured more than 12,000 others. The quake also destroyed or damaged more than 130,000 buildings, including homes, schools, and hospitals. The future of Haiti remains uncertain, as the country faces multiple challenges that require urgent attention and support from the international community. The new government led by Henry has pledged to restore security, hold elections, and fight corruption, but it faces many obstacles and opposition from various political factions and civil society groups. The investigation into Moïse's assassination is still ongoing, with many questions unanswered and suspects still at large. The security situation remains volatile, with gangs continuing to terrorize the population and pose a threat to the electoral process. The humanitarian needs are immense, with millions of people requiring food, water, shelter, and medical care. Haiti is at a critical juncture in its history, where it needs to overcome its political crisis and instability in order to address its social and economic problems and achieve lasting peace and development. The Haitian people deserve a democratic and accountable government that respects their human rights and responds to their needs. The international community should support Haiti's efforts to restore stability and security, hold free and fair elections, combat corruption and impunity, strengthen its institutions and civil society, and provide humanitarian assistance and recovery support. Haiti is on the brink of famine as a result of escalating gang violence and political instability that have disrupted food production and distribution. According to the World Food Programme, WFP, half of Haiti's population is in the throes of a food crisis, and 19,000 people in Port-au-Prince are suffering in the catastrophe level on the global scale for measuring food insecurity. This is not the usual chronic hunger that Haiti has faced for decades, but an unprecedented emergency that could get even worse. The main cause of this hunger crisis is the widespread control of gangs over key transport routes and ports in the country. This has cut off communities from both the farms that feed them and from essential humanitarian aid. In the past year, food and fuel prices have skyrocketed, and protests and looting have erupted. Roadblocks have brought the country to a standstill, what Haitians call a lockdown. Humanitarians have also come under attack. 2 of WFP's warehouses were looted, depriving thousands of essential food assistance. The situation is especially dire in the gang-controlled areas of Port-au-Prince, where people live in constant fear of violence and abuse. Rape, including gang rape, and other forms of sexual violence, are being used to terrorize the population, including children as young as age 10. Many gangs also recruit children into their ranks. Women and girls are disproportionately affected by armed violence, but boys are also vulnerable. The UN and its partners are appealing for $720 million to support more than 3 million people in Haiti, where gangs, hunger, and cholera have plunged nearly half the population into humanitarian need. The 2023 funding appeal is the largest for the Caribbean country since the devastating 2010 earthquake and more than double the amount requested last year. The aim is to reach 60% of those in need, or 3.2 million people. The humanitarian response plan will address the most immediate needs while strengthening people's and institutions' resilience to natural shocks. It will also provide protection services for those who are most at risk of violence and abuse. The plan will focus on 4 strategic objectives: saving lives and alleviating suffering, ensuring access to basic services, enhancing social cohesion and community resilience, and strengthening national and local capacities. However, humanitarian aid alone is not enough to solve Haiti's crisis. What the people of Haiti desperately want is peace and security, and we should all support efforts to that end.